How can I explain this? It's sort of like me telling you to eat a salad. The government lecturing companies about handing out bonuses they do not deserve, then turning around and handing out bonuses at the IRS. Yeah, the IRS. It's true. It's happening. It's now. And what makes it particularly galling is it's happening as an investigation into the IRS targeting conservatives is continuing. It's not over, not by a long shot. Well, at least banks handing out bonuses are doing so with their money, their shareholders' money. Uncle Sam's feeling generous with taxpayers' money. That would be our money. And at least some bankers are cautious about how stuff like this looks, whether it's shareholders' money or not. Barclays' CEO is nixing his bonus because he says the bank had a very tough year, ain't completely out of the woods anyway. To Tea Partier Gina Loudon and Gold Coast Bank CEO Joe Perri, well, they're both going out of their minds. So, Gina, talk about a double standard, huh?
Yeah, the message here, we get this, Neil, is, let's see, stick it to the military, stick it to the millennials to go ahead and pay off the debt for these bonuses, stick it to the taxpayers, right? But if you will go target the enemies of this administration, you get a performance bonus.
It is weird timing, Joe.
Neil, it's ludicrous because they shouldn't even be getting bonuses in the first place. How can government workers get bonuses when bonuses really are for efficiencies, meeting goals? Since when do government workers do that? And yet, the government goes after the banks who are really feeding this country from a business standpoint. Jamie Dimon has done more for the business in this country than any government employee will ever do.
And by the way, Jamie Dimon, everyone makes a big deal of that $20 million pay package. $18.5 million of that was in restricted stock. Yeah. So the company has to perform or he doesn't get that. But leaving that aside, you know, it is interesting, Gina, that we talk about pay for performance. And I take nothing away from IRS workers who are very, very hard. I don't think the activities of a few snoopers speak for the entire organization. But it is what it is, and an environment like that, if it's not firing on all cylinders, no one gets a bonus. And that is the reality in much of the corporate world, so the double standard is glaring here.
The double standard is glaring, Neil. I mean, you take the psychology of this, and that's my background. I look at this, it's completely, utterly insane at this point for an institution like the IRS, who has had so much bad publicity for their unconstitutional, unlawful behavior, to be giving performance bonuses that are supposed to be based on good behavior. This really does come back to this administration's willingness to reward their friends and punish their enemies. And there's no reprisal for behaving badly as long as you're on their side. That's where the total hypocrisy comes to this, and truly the mental insanity of this entire situation. When I live in a military town, Neil, San Diego, and our military is hurting. They need money for training. The sequester cuts hurt them badly. How are they rationalizing bonuses for IRS employees while we have military families hurting? I don't get this.
You know, they could make the argument that why should people, let's say in your bank, if you have good divisional managers or they're doing a good job in various departments, and you might be crunching the numbers and realize, all right, the whole organization is doing it, but these guys are, and I want to keep them and reward them. I'm trying to give every benefit of the doubt to this IRS thing, but is there that? Is that a possibility?
There isn't any possibility in terms of going on. Bonuses are about efficiencies.
But what if I'm getting, let's say I work for you, and you'd be a horrible boss because you'd be always on me. But if you did, and I did, and I'm doing a great job for you, I might expect at the end of the year, no matter what's going on at the rest of the bank, Joe should acknowledge that I've helped the bank.
No, but we acknowledge that in pay raises or what might be, but bonuses,
not a bonus.
Bonuses really are contingent. We have levels that you must meet to get a bonus. So what happens is, if the organization doesn't do well, then the individual that might have done well will get rewarded in other ways. But a bonus, the organization has to meet certain levels.
Gotcha, gotcha. All right, Joe, final word. Gina, final word. These nasty questions about the IRS were provided to me by the staff. I think the IRS is doing a great job. Keep it up.